Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. Welcome back to my craft room. It's been a while. I had an extra long vacation and I really enjoyed it and I really needed it. I took this time to just not do anything Angel Creations. I had a huge order before I went away and I'm very excited about that order, but anyway, I just had a very good vacation and I went to a family wedding and met all kinds of extended family, and I went to see the band, let me get this right, Recycle Percussion. OMG, if you ever have the chance or the opportunity to see them, do it. They had a Vegas show, I think for 10 years. They're originally from New Hampshire, where I'm from, and my sister took me to a concert while I was up there. Got to have Thanksgiving with my family for the first time in probably, I have an itchy nose, sorry, probably 10 years or more. And then I got to visit my brother and my soon-to-be sister-in-law, and they have a brand new home, so I got to go visit them and see their new home in Massachusetts. And there's a lot of people I didn't get to see, of course. There always is. You can't see everyone when you go home. It's very hard. But anyway, I had a ball, and I just didn't do or think anything Angel Creations for a little bit. And it was nice. But I did miss all of you. So today I'm going to do a little craft, and I'm going to be using these fall scarecrow decor, they're calling them, from the Dollar Tree. And I will be taking them apart. And then I'm just going to use some Apple Barrel Black, Apple Barrel White, and I think this is from Dollar General orange. This is my favorite orange, so it's nice and thick. I like this. So we'll just be using those three, and then some embellishments. I'll show you mine as I go. And they're just basically, you know, like doodads that are left over from or have fallen off of other little things. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and we're going to destruct this a little bit, and then we're going to turn this into a little snowman ornament. So let's get started. Hopefully this will stay in the holder. Okay, now I am going to try to take this, of course it's going to be in my way. I'm going to try to take this little embellishment off. Came off pretty easy. And I'm not going to be needing that, so I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to do the same thing right here with his little hat, his little rim of his hat that says "Hello Pumpkin." And I was hoping that would take off all his hair too. So it looks like, well, it's gonna peel, which is fine. So I'm just taking the rest of this mess off. We're gonna use the other side, but I'm taking this rim off and that leaf part off because I want it to be flat on the back. Like so. If all that paper would peel off, that would be even better. I'm just rubbing my thumb over the glue, trying to get all that glue off. And then I am going to also remove the little jute string. Oh, excuse me, string. Now, I am going to keep this little piece, but I'm going to take off the hair, the scarecrow's hair. It's coming off nice in one big piece. Try to get this little piece off. Sometimes I'm a little perfectionist about things like that. All right, so this is what we have left. We have going to be a snowman on this side, and I wanted his hat to be 3D, so that's why we kept that. So now we just need to get to painting. So let's start painting our our snowman white. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. Mine was awesome. I had it with my sister and her family. A couple of her kids were sick with COVID, unfortunately, so they couldn't come. They are well now and over COVID completely, which is awesome. And basically they felt like they had a really bad cold. That's not the case for everybody, I know, but that was the case with them. Okay, now I am going to change colors and do black. Cleaning my brush a little. Do a little black. And we are also going to paint this, his rim, black. I am a messy painter. I don't know about you. I love to hold a paintbrush in my hand though. It's one of my favorite creative things when I craft, is to hold a paintbrush. Something therapeutic about it. Let me know in the comments if you get that same feeling. I know you're most likely a friend, a family member, or someone who enjoys crafting, or you wouldn't probably be watching a craft. So I am curious to know in the comments below if you favor painting. What is your favorite craft? Painting, gluing, cutting? I'm curious. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, let's put that in water. Now I'm just going to dry this a little bit with my heat gun. I will try to put the link to this heat gun in the description box below when I'm done. It is a crafter's best friend. It will dry my paint in half the time, and that's what I want it to do. Who wants to sit and watch paint dry? Some camera here. Now I did not paint the back of this. I do intend on putting some brown paper on the back, or I might just put craft paper on the back, which I will not probably do in this video, although we might. We'll see what we have for time. Okay, now we need to paint a couple of eyes and a nose. So let me get a little paintbrush here, fine paintbrush, and probably one of those. Okay. So I love this orange from Dollar General. For some reason I have a hard time finding a good pigmented orange. I don't know if I'm the only one or if it's just been my bad luck, but this one seems to really be orange, and you don't need 100 coats over and over and over. Okay, so I'm just going to look at my snowman and decide where his nose should be. And that's how I'm going to start off. And I'm just gonna, excuse me, give him a little nose going uphill. Just like this. Put that down so you can see. And now I'm just gonna neaten it up a little. Should go to a point and it should be bigger at the bottom. And so that's what I'm doing, just kind of giving it a little more character. So there's my nose. Maybe a little bit bigger, huh? Maybe a little bit bigger, a little fatter. So there's my nose. I'm gonna dry that for a second and give that one more coat. Even though this is the better of the pigmented orange, it is still gonna require another coat. So dry that real quick. And how you know it's dry is when the shininess goes away, you know it's dry. Alright, that gives it a good head start, and then we're just going to do a little more. Okay. So that'll be our nose. Perfectly imperfect. I need to make sure I get all this black off my fingers before I touch the white snowman again. Alright, and then now I'm going to put two little beady eyes. And I wanted to do it right over his nose. So for this, I'm going to use the butt end of my paintbrush. And I'm just going to stick it right in the cap. And I'm just going to give him two little eyes. Two little eyes. Make them a little bit bigger because his mouth is also going to be dots. So we want his eyes to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so we got two eyes and a nose. And now, you guessed it, we're just gonna go give him a little smile. There's his little smile. And then we're going to dry him up a little bit. I lost my baby wipe. Sorry. That's all right. We'll just, oh, here it is. All right. Now we're going to dry this a little bit so we don't have any accidents. Give you a look. Dry it. Don't want to smear it. Then we're going to glue his hat back on. But before we do that, I want to do a little sanding technique to make him look a little antique, a little older. But before I touch him, I want to make sure he's good and dry. Pretty close to dry. Alright, so now before I glue his hat rim on, I am going to do a little bit of sanding, but I need to get my sanding block. Okay. And I'm just going to go around the edges, just like so, where it would be antique and worn. Go all the way around just to rough it up a little bit. We want it all edges like that. I'm gonna go over the entire thing too, but I just want to make sure that snowman's face is good and dry before I drag anything over it. So can you see the effect that I'm getting here and here? Looks like it's old and antiqued. Or, you know, it's primitive. That's what we're going for, is a primitive, older ornament that's been well loved by Grandma. Or whomever. But we found it in an antique store, and that's what it's gonna look like. We're gonna pretend that this was in a little antique store, and it's already been loved and worn and favored, just like me. Worn and loved and favored by the Lord, right? I have favor. Okay, now before I give this a sanding, I'm going to just rub this rim. I mean, not a sanding. Before I give it a glue, I'm gonna just rub that off for a minute. I think I will, so this is what we have so far. I hope it's showing up on camera, the edges here. But now I want to do it over the whole thing and kind of scratch what we just did. I know it's intimidating after you just painted something that you love to do this, but let me tell you, it comes out so cute this way. Trust me. You can always go back. See how some of my little dots disappeared? Well, we can go back and put those dots back on. I want to scratch it up a little bit more. There. We're going to wipe it off clean. And now I'm just going to go back over my dots. I want my dots brilliant, my little eyes, but they don't have to be perfect. Okay, now I need to wipe this off because I want to do the little mouth and I don't want that much paint on there. I'm using the butt end. If you're just joining, I'm using the butt end of the paintbrush, not the paintbrush end. There. Okay, and there is our snowman. We'll dry him a little bit more before we embellish his hat. He's just got such a cute little face. Really, really cute. Okay, he could actually use a little blush. I don't think I have any. Let me see. No blush. Oh, I used to make some dolls and I would put blush on their cheeks, real blush, real makeup. Okay, so let's get now to, so this is our back of our scarecrow rim and we just painted the top. And we are going to, actually, let's sand that a little bit. That hasn't been sanded yet. Let's put this guy aside. Sand this really quick. And just dress it. this side. Woo. I like the distressed look. If you don't have to do this step. Obviously, it would be cute either way. Okay, wipe him. I just like to get all the sanding powder off of it. Okay, now let's move that out of the way, and let's put this little guy down. So let's say his hat's gonna go here. I have some little embellishments. These are from the Dollar Tree. I have a leftover little pine cone, a little rusty star, a little red ribbon. I have a little wreath. I think that's gonna be too big. I got some jute. I thought we would change the hanger to a bead hanger, and I have some snowflakes. So keeping in mind, I kind of wanted to use this, but it might be too big. Let me see. No, I don't think that's too big. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just going to snip this. Let me see, that might actually work in my favor. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just hot glue the hat rim right back. I was thinking I might sandwich something between it, but I changed my mind. Don't want to do that. All right. So there's our little 3D hat. And then I'm gonna need a good amount of glue. Here's our hat. I'm gonna glue this, and it's really got a thick stem, but it's on wire, so I'm going to put a good heap of glue on where I want it, and then when it's dry, I'm gonna try to bend this around the back so it will stay. So this is where I want it. Maybe I can do it now. Kind of work with it, you know. Oops. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now, I thought maybe a pine cone and some berries is what I was thinking. So now I will just put my pine cone on, put some glue. That pine cone right there. Hold it still for a minute. So we have this so far. Little pine cone. And let's get some berries out of here. I think maybe 2 berries. And I need to snip these. They are on wire, which is good. I'm just going to twist mine a couple of times. I'm sorry, I've been on vacation and I'm not used to working on camera here. And then I'm just going to roll my wire up in a ball to kind of use what I have here as a gluing base. Oops. My wire, my berries fell off. I need another. Maybe I twisted it off too much. Whoops, I got 3 in this bunch, but that's okay. Where are my snips? I just had them. Here they are. Alright, so now I'm just going to put some glue on my berries. stick those right in here. And I'm holding it down. It's easier to show you at the end. Okay, so here is our little snowman. Now he just needs a little hanger. And I already have these beads, but the string is not, like I said, this is a lot of leftover doodads. The string on this is not long enough, so I am going to just slide them off their original string, and I'm going to restring them. So I think it was, let's see, natural black and white, and then natural, and then black. I might have changed it. Whoop! And then white, and then natural, and that'll do it. We lost a white one, but that's okay. It ran too far away. All right, so now I'm gonna cut this, and we're just gonna feed it right through the jute and make it, tie it right here at the end. Couple times. I'm a little obsessed with knots. Sometimes I can't stop. So here, this is 3, and we'll cut off our excess. We got 3, and then we have this little hanger. Now we just need to make this a little loop to hang from. So up in New Hampshire, I saw 4 inches of snow and actually got to make myself a little snowman. I actually might have pictures of it still. And I also saw 17-degree weather one morning, which was kind of rough, but at least I was in the house, toasty woasty. My brother-in-law kept a fire going, and my sister kept me warm with the heat, and it was a wonderful vacation. All right, if my phone will stay put, here we are. I think that came out adorable. This is the back. I am going to trace around it with some cardstock from Hobby Lobby, but for time's sake, how adorable, and I'll stick that on the back so in case it turns. But how adorable is that, using up all kinds of leftover little doodads. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try to upload this. It took 28 minutes. I'm going to try not to do any editing. And so yeah, until the next time I see you, do good, be good, and I will talk to you next time. Bye now.